Hello everybody, I'm Serta and welcome to Manor Lords. This is a strategy city builder, medieval times. You are a lord and you are overseeing your lands and expanding and fighting battles and building little towns all over the place. So it's a very cool game. I put out a poll on my community tab and of the three games, Manor Lords came out on top after 24 hours. So that's what we're doing. Manor Lords. Overwhelmingly, the tribe has spoken. Anyway, let's climb in. So we're going to start a new game. Now I uploaded a custom texture and you can see where you can put it, and you need to name your square custom_coat.png, place it in the save games folder, and when you click on this button, hey, there I am. All right, choose a guy. I'm going to choose this dude because he has an epic beard. His name is not going to be Albrecht, but we don't have to do anything else. I can't use any of these if I'm using a custom one, so we'll continue. Now, I've only played a couple of hours of this because I just wanted to get a feel of the mechanics and see how it works, and I like my videos to be relaxing and entertaining. So I'm going to take the middle restoring the peace scenario. I'm going to leave it on default, but I'm going to change a couple of things because I have not even tried the combat yet. And it would be a hell of a shame if after a couple of episodes, I get completely wiped out. So I'm going to change raider frequency to none. We'll leave those the same. And AI aggressiveness, we're going to set it to reactive so that they only attack if I attack. I think that's how it works. And the end goal is going to be domination, so we're going to need to take over the whole map. And I'll just leave the rest of it all the same. So let's hit begin and see where we land. All right, we're here. The first thing you need to do, pause, zoom out, have a look at where your resources are, where you are, and see what you've got. Okay, so we've got a rich stone deposit. We've got a rich clay deposit. Oh, that's quite nice. Some iron over here, wild animals, and some berries. Cool, that looks nice. This view shows regions. Oh, okay, I was there. Okay, new message. Build up your town, your manor, and when ready, press claims towards regions owned by your opponents. Once a claim has been pressed, be ready for battle. I'll unite these lands under my rule. Cool. Okay. In Manor Lords, families need food and fuel and a roof over their heads to survive. Supplies in the region panel above show how much you've got left. Got it. Okay, that's this panel over here. Right, supplies. This is the supplies panel. Now, this doesn't look too bad. We've got a notification that we've got homelessness. There are 5 people homeless. That's obvious because we start off with this little camp. And it's basically a tent village that holds 5 people. And it's not going to give you a very good approval. In fact, this 50% is going to drop because they are homeless. We also have some supplies, bread, firewood, stone, and tools. We have an ox named Ditz. Good name. And a hitching post that the ox needs. And we also have some supplies, just 8 storage of wood. So once you've checked all of that out, the berry deposit's quite far away. Wild animals. I'm going to go into the build menu and I'm going to have a look at the underground water. Okay, you can kind of see where that's laid out so we can... Okay, every region in Manor Lords has strengths and weaknesses. Be sure to check the resource deposits as well as investigate soil fertility before deciding on the direction of your town. If your region has weak fertility, consider setting up trade early. Got it. Alright, so with these overlays in the construction menu, you can see various things. The underground water is one. These are the only place that you can put wells. Emma is for like wheat. We've got a bit of space. Oh, and most of this is where I wanted to build my town, but apparently that's not where I'm going to build it. Because we do need some wheat at some point to provide food. Flax fertility. Wow, we got none. Barley, rye. Rye is easier. It also is used to make flour and bread. And I see we've got a bit of that in this area. This is not going to be a massive farming community, honestly. But we'll do what we can. First things first. If we go to the roads tool, yes, it will tell you how to build roads. Got that. If you hit Alt and you hover over a road, you'll see some of the roads are, you don't get any message, but over the main road, that is the King's Road. That's the one you can't remove, but it's also the thoroughfare for trading. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to have the trader over here somewhere. I may then just have my town around this area. I don't really want to go over the green Emma fertility areas with my town. That would be a waste. Although I do have quite a lot down this side, so I could use this whole area for my town. Cool. Well, let's do that. Town center is probably going to be in this area, so we'll grab a road. I'm going to pull this up into this area over here, and we're also going to need a road to come through. We'll just take it off this road to come to the wild animal area. Now, you don't really want to go into it because you'll chase the animals away, and they're quite nicely located, so that's cool. I see there is a road already coming out there, so we can zip past here and curl it into there. There we go, and build. All right, so I'm going to set up a zone, and I'm going to bring this road down in this direction, and I'm going to make a square block about that big. And this is where my kind of town center marketplace is going to be. I know it's a bit difficult to see because of all the trees that are hiding the roads, but yeah. All right, so I'm going to bring another road out from here and bring it down in this direction. Where do I want to clear trees out? The most important thing you can do when you're starting, and don't forget to do this because if you don't, your game will end. You need wood to build anything. Right now, you have 8 timber. Once that's used up, it's used up. If you haven't built a facility to be able to harvest the timber, you are finished. So, logging camp, very first thing to do. And I'm going to put it out over here. I'm going to keep things fairly close and compact. And then I can assign families to it once it is built. I've got some of the basic roads in, so I'm going to work out from here as I go at keeping things fairly close. The next thing I'd like to do is have a hunting lodge, and the reason I'm going for a hunting camp first, which I'm going to put right over, I don't want it to be too far away from the town, also obviously not too far away from the animals. But now this will give you food and hides. Those hides can then be turned into leather, which is one of the requirements that we'll get to. And I think at this point, okay, timber transportation. Timber requires oxen to be moved. Villagers will automatically get the ox when they need it. Got it. So I'm going to hit play and I'm going to let the people start doing their thing. And they will head out. I know it's a bit of a long trip right now. But all right, so starting on this side, we have 5 unassigned families. Now, the way this game works is not with individuals doing jobs, it is with families. When a house is occupied, it's occupied by a family, and you can assign that family to a particular industry or building. And they will do different tasks related to that industry. This will tell you how many are unassigned. This will tell you how much living space you have for families. This will give you your actual total population, obviously your approval rate, your public order, your regional wealth, which is different to your treasury, so we'll bear that in mind. This will tell you how much livestock you have. This will tell you what your supplies are. So right now, this is extremely important. In the first year, you need to have enough food and fuel saved so that you can survive the winter. Right now, we have 4 months worth of food in our storage area. This needs to be moved into storage as soon as humanly possible. In almost all cases, resources in Manor Lords have to be physically moved. It can take a moment, so feel free to change the game speed if you feel like it. Yep, right down at the bottom. Can go really fast. Right, hunting camp is finished. Now, you can't, in this game, you can't plan out things without having the resources available to build them. Now, what I'll do, where's my hunting camp? I'm going to assign a family to that. And then I'm going to let them just go out and gather animals, which are over here. They're going to do their thing. I don't have to set a work area for them. This one just needs 2 timber, and as you can see, our cow is struggling a bit. We currently have 6 timber. So, what else can we do? A really good thing to do, now, there are storages in each of these buildings. So there's generic storage of 12 and a pantry of... So generic storage is basically storing... I just had to change the audio because I think some of the things being said by the villagers is not so kosher. So I've turned that down a little. Right, so as I was saying, generic storage is for general things like wood and materials that you would use, pantries or food stuff. So since we're getting hides from the animal areas... Oh, another thing that we must do, maybe I do need to set a work area, but maybe not. Harvesting hunting limit. So I'm only hunting until there are 10 so that these replenish. If I was to hunt until it was 0, those would never replenish and we'd be out of meat and hides. So just bear that in mind. How's our logging camp doing? All right, so we're still waiting for a timber, which is coming from quite a long way away. We could speed it up, but a couple of things to explain first. Anyway, this only has 12 generic spots, so there will only be 12 hides coming in. We've already got 1. Now, if that fills up, that means that we will no longer have the hunters getting meat. They'll just sit around and do nothing. So we don't want that to happen. So we need a storehouse. What is this message? I've heard of your renown. I only seek to defend my rights and my honor against those who would wrong me. I hope you will not judge me by the rumors and slander that some may spread about me. Signed and sealed by my own seal, Hildebolt von Berenriet. Okay, I'm not writing back. I do not wish to engage with you. Alright, so, storehouse. If we go to the construction menu, we go to storage. Storehouse is right there. I'm going to have this very close to where I intend on having my marketplace. So I'm going to put it right there. And fairly close to where the industry stuff will be happening. I will have some houses up on this side as well. Right, now we only start with 50 regional wealth, and that doesn't increase until we start trading. So I do want to get another hitching post, and I'm going to put that in somewhere relatively central-ish. We'll just put it over here. And once that's built, I'm going to buy an ox. An ox costs, I think, 20 or 25. Don't really remember. But we do need to move things around pretty quickly. So we're going to land up with a few oxen. How are we doing over here? Oh, good. Getting there. Come on, ox. I think the ox is overworked. So what you can do if you want something done urgently, you just increase the priority. I want that done at the highest priority. Extremely important. Holding everything else up. And I'll just give it some speed. And there goes our ox. And look at the detail in this. The animations are astounding. I can't believe this game was made by a single developer. Well done, Greg. Well done. Alright. While human... Let's just slow it down again. While human workforce has to be assigned by default, livestock workforce is shared between workplaces. However, you can bind a workplace permanently to the advanced tab. Just watch out so that you have unassigned oxen if you have any construction going on. Alright. Cool. Right, good. I am going to immediately assign 3 people here and let them get started. I think I'm going to make this a higher priority for the hitching post. That'll help get things built quicker, because as you can see, the oxen, they grab 1 log at a time. So it can take a while for things to get done. I'd rather have the extra ox, and then we can grow a little bit faster. So as you can see, we have 4 assigned families, 1 unassigned. Our approval's at 46%. We need to get that up. And for that, I'm going to start prepping. I have quite a lot of space back in this direction. Let's just check our fertility overlay again. Yeah. Actually, I think I'm going to do it over here. So if we go to residential and we click on houses, we have these burgage plots that are flexible. Now, a burgage plot is like a tenement. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to... This is the frontage with the funny little arrow on it. I'm going to go quite wide, and I'm going to go quite deep. Hopefully not insanely, but something like that. But I don't want... I don't have the wood for it. So there you go. We have to wait for the wood to come in. Now back to this. The unassigned person is assigned to construction by default. If you don't have any unassigned, no construction will be done. So you've got to make sure that you've got that. And you're going to be moving people around initially to get everything balanced. To make the people happy, you need to provide them with certain things. Housing is obviously one. But I'm going to jump the gun a little bit, and I'm going to get a well. So I've got the underground overlay on. This is our sort of central area. What I will do is I'll get a well and I'll put it over here. You have to have the wells over a water source. So that will be a well. I might put more up depending on the direction, but I don't think we're going to grow in this direction too much because this is where we have fertile land. All right, and as things get moved out of here into storage, it will remove these stands and your people will move. Just remember, it's March now, and we have until December when winter kicks in, so we need to have things sorted out. We need to have food, which is coming in. Okay, we're filling up with hides now, which is not good. We need to get that storeroom, that storehouse finished, which looks like it's going to be done just in the nick of time. Cool. Now what I'll do is I'm going to grab one person out of here and put them in the storehouse. Weather's turned. Now that person that's dedicated to the storehouse will also sort out the market. So I'm going to add a market area. So under residential, marketplace. Now I've allocated this block that's difficult to see. And I want to get, I don't know, maybe 30 spots for storage. Let's see how much that is. That's 32. Actually, that'll do. All right. Good. A well-supplied marketplace is the lifeblood of your town. Assigned families will set up stalls automatically as long as there's enough space in the market. However, hover over specific categories to check your current supply and demand. Burgage plots closer to the market get their market requirements fulfilled first. Okay, which means that everything needs to be fairly close to the market. Okay, we've got 27 timber. Things are going pretty well. So it's time to get some housing sorted out. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull quite a wide one over here. And I'm going to go fairly deep with these. And that's okay. But now what I'm going to do, so you can rotate, so you can change the road entrance side. I want to keep these here on this road, but then I want to reduce the number of plots. And I want to make, for a start, just 3 or 4, but I'm going to make them double plots. So by reducing you can make them double plots. I think I could get I think 3. Let's just do 3. That will give us opportunity to get 6 houses. Now the construction cost on a house is, I think, 2, but then the upgrade is also another 2. So yeah, let's do that as a start. And I'm making the burgage area quite large on these because of a specific reason. So we'll build. And we do still have somebody set. Yep, good. The next thing I'm going to do with Hazard is a woodcutter's lodge, because woodcutters provide firewood, and we're going to need a lot of that. As you can see, if you hover over this, we have no fuel currently. So that is pretty urgent to get in. What I may do with the wood, let's just slow this down a little. What I may do with the woodcutter's lodge is just assign them an area, click on the advanced tab, and then you can hold control, hit the mouse wheel, and it will take out where you want the trees to be removed. So we'll give it a big area over here that they can work in. Cool, because I don't really want them coming on this side where they might disturb the animals and the berries. And the woodcutters will get built, so that's good. And things are prioritized according to when you build them, so these will be built before the woodcutter's lodge, which is fine. You just got to see how cool this game is. Hey, it looks like we're up on a hill over here. That's pretty good because I decide to do farming up on this side. The windmill needs a bit of high ground to be able to work properly, so no, this might be good. But this is so cool. I mean, look how the roads look wet. There's puddles of water. This is incredible. Really, really well done. All right, do we have our hitching post? We do. I'm going to get that other ox. It'll take a little while to arrive, but when it arrives, things will be sped up quite a bit. Oh, good. The sun came out. The animations are wonderful. Right. I do have somebody working here. Oh, good. And they're running the... Now, that's the storehouse and the granary. Speaking of which, I need to get a granary in, but the storehouse, you need the people in the storehouse to be running the market stalls. That makes it efficient, because if you have like a person working at the hunting camp, you see now he's operating a market stall, which is not ideal. We'll eventually have more people that will be able to deal with that. but you don't really want them distracted from their core task, which is collecting meat and hides. So something to bear in mind. Homelessness will move the plot. If approval is high enough, it'll attract families. Yep, we'll get into that. Right now, we're not going to be attracting families, but we do have a burgage plot. Firstly, I'm going to upgrade this one. So that shouldn't take too long to do. It needs a couple of wood. We're in July now, and we've got 16 months of fuel. Goodness me, that's a lot. We're also quite urgently going to need a saw pit. Now, this is where you're going to start shifting people around. I think I'll put the saw pit. The saw pit uses timber, so I'm going to put this opposite the timber place. So that's still got to be built. The woodcutter's lodge has still got to be built. How have we got so much fuel? Oh, wait, we're down suddenly to 5 months. That sounds cool. All right, we're going to need to get that sorted out, but that's fine. We'll have it sorted pretty quickly. In fact, let's go high priority on that one. Right now, we only have one family doing construction, so it's a bit of an issue. But this one here, I want this one, and I'm going to spend some of my regional wealth. Because this place because it has space for 2 families, I wanted to do vegetable gardening. And that will do vegetable gardens. And I've made it pretty big, but knowing that there will be 2 families. I'm not sure if they will be able to reach all these areas, but at least I know that they will be able to do something. Right, now we can have a look at the residentials. Let me slow everything down. So, the requirements for this are water access, which we have via the water pump. We need a church. We need fuel store supply, which we have from the market. We have a food stall and a firewood stall. And for this, we need 2 types of food. We'll work on that. We are, because we'll have vegetables and meat coming from the hunting area. We also need clothing. Now, we have hides that we can turn into leather, which would satisfy that clothing need. So we'll work on that. Right now, we need to get the population up. But at the same time, we also kind of need to have some cash. So I'm going to build a trading post. And I'm going to put it, if you remember correctly, this is the King's Road. It seems to be the most logical place to put it, so that's where I will put it. Right there. Not too far from town, so that's fine. All right, I know I'm giving my guys a lot to do, but I do have an ox at my new hitching post, so I'm going to move the original hitching post, which you can do. There are some buildings that you can't move, but there are some that you can, and I'm going to move that one over here, and that should be pretty quick, so I'm going to give it a highest priority and get that sorted out. Then everything's a little closer, and once this storage is empty, because there's only like 1 timber left here, and the homeless tents, all the houses have been built, which reminds me, I need to upgrade another one of these, expand the living space. Then all 5 of our people will be taken care of. Right now, we only have 1 person, is it? Yes, we only have 1 person that will take care of it. And I will upgrade this living space as well, so that I can accommodate another family when the time comes. Now, we don't really need a saw pit. We don't really need people in the saw pit immediately. So what I'm going to do, we have 38 timber. I'm going to take 1 out and I'll put them here in the woodcutter's lodge, because that's really, really important. That is what we need for fuel. Now, bear in mind, we need a lot of fuel going into winter, because December, January, February, consumption is doubled. Normally, they would need, 1 household would need 1 wood per month. In those 3 months of winter, they need 2 each. So yeah, we need to really concentrate on that. Now, if we have a look at the church, we'll notice that we need 20 planks. Those planks are going to be needed fairly soon. So we have 38 timber. So I'll take a person out of here. There's no one working in the logging camp right now, and I will get them in there to get us some planks so that we can have stock on hand for when we do the church. We are in August now. We still only have 4 months of fuel supply. I might put another person in here at some point. Okay, we're already up to 5 planks. Once we've got our 20 planks, then we're okay. We can send them back to collecting timber. But in the meantime, we are making fuel. It's going into our storehouse. We've got 5 planks in there. We've got 20 hides. And the firewood is increasing. We are now up to 5 with 6 months worth of food. All right, we need more food. Are these dudes doing their thing? They are. Look at them planting in the fields. Now, hopefully we can have those all done by the end of autumn and harvested. I'm not actually sure how long it takes. I think I might have waited a little bit too long to get the burgage plots in. But we always have berries as a backstop. We had berries. There they are. They're pretty far away though. And they are also replenishable. So you can harvest those down to 0 and the next year they'll come in. But they aren't available in winter. Right, our homeless problem is sorted. This burgage plot, I'm not going to set it yet. I think I have enough over here for the vegetables for now. We're being told that a new mercenary company is available. That's not something that we're going to be too keen on now. Now, if you have a look, if you hover over the name of the town, which is something I should probably change, your settlement level is currently small village. Now, construction finished somewhere. We'll go check that out. But in order to have in order to advance, you need 5 burgage plots at level 1 or higher. Okay, so we've got 3, and we will build a couple more shortly. I just need to start bringing people in, otherwise there's no point in having houses standing empty. Trading post is being built. This hitching post has been moved. Good. Now we can upgrade the hitching posts. Couple of planks, and we can turn it into a barn that gives us space for 2 oxen. The only thing sitting out here is still that 1 timber, eventually, maybe. Alright, good. We've got 7 months worth of food, 10 months worth of fuel. I think we're good for winter now. And the trading post is finished. We need to be very careful with this, but if you're going to trade, we've only got 15 wealth left, and we're going to use the trading post to get more regional wealth. So if I go to trade, there are 2 things that I want to trade. First of all, planks obviously will be 1. Looks like we have 20 at the moment. But first, I'm going to go over to crafting materials and go and look for firewood. Now, we don't need a heck of a lot, but now it does cost 2 to establish a trade route. So we're going to click on that. We're going to establish the trade route. We're going to go here and we're going to go, we don't want to import, we want to export our excess. And let's say we want to have 50 on hand. So that's our surplus that we need to have available. We can sell the rest. We're selling them for 1. That's fine. Perhaps what we should also do is then set the planks. We can't now because I've overspent. But the next thing I will do is I will buy the trade route for planks and I'll export them and keep a surplus. Right now we got 30. That's fine. As soon as we get a little bit of income, we can buy that trade route for the planks. And everything has been cleared from our starting location now. Awesome. Because that area is very fertile. So this is going to be farming. And we lost some wood. Stolen by bandits. Pain. Anyway, we've got plenty. Right, I have more than enough planks right now. So I'm going to take this guy out. I'm going to put him back onto the logging camp. And we're going to build a church. We have all the resources because we did have some stone in our initial supplies. And that church, I think, I'm going to put it, let's go, we can build houses around it, I suppose. But yeah, we'll put the church right over here in the middle. And we'll get that built quickly. So that will satisfy another level 1 requirement. And then we've only got 2 left to do. Food, which we're working on with the vegetables. We could do it with the berries if we wanted to, if that was a thing that you wanted to do. But we also need clothing supplies. So that does mean we kind of need a tannery. And a tannery is pretty cheap. It only costs 4 wood. So we will build that. And I think since this is more of an industrial sort of area on this side, no, we're going to have some houses down here as well. So I'll put it on this side of the road. It's sort of over here. It's not too far away from the storehouses, but I also do need a granary because we need to store food, and that is under storage, and there's the granary. So we'll pop the granary in right over here next to the storehouse. Good. So right, at the moment we've got 28 hides. That's excellent. Wood, tools are not really so important now. And we've got lots of firewood. We have 30 months worth of fuel. We need to really be selling that. We haven't made any money from our trade yet. I just need 1 more to unlock this trade route. We can sell planks, but we are set to sell... maybe we're not selling because I don't have anyone assigned. Actually, there's no construction. Oh, there is construction going on. Couple. We have timber. I'm going to take this guy out. and I'm going to put them in the trade. Wow, there's still 10 of my food. Damn, I'm down to 4 months worth of food. And we're in winter. So that's not ideal. I'm skating on thin ice here. 3 months worth of food. Could be in a small amount of trouble. I left this thing going fast for too long. All right, there we go. We made some money on our trade. Oh, good. There's some more. All right, let's get in here and we're going to sell the extra planks. We'll buy that, establish the trade route, and export planks. And we'll keep an excess of, let's just say 25. All right, food is back up to 4 months. We'll survive winter. 25 months of fuel. That's pretty impressive. All right, now, with the church coming in, we should be able to get our approval above 50%, which means that we will get one new family join our community per month. If we get that above 75, then we get 2 per month. So this is where the growth starts. And that will be just in time for the second year. Right, we got the church in. So, as the months change, that number should go up. The next thing is going to be the tannery, but we need people. So that's more our focus, which means I need to build some more houses. Residential, and this time we are going to do some smaller plots. First, let me get another road going up here. We can just join in with that one. And then this will be the frontage. I want to leave enough space for more storage places on this side of the road. So what I'll do is I'll take these up to there. They're not deep enough. Still want them to be able to do stuff. Okay, so maybe... Oh, there we go. Now that's an extra 5. 3 of them have the extra thing on them. Yeah, I'm going to have to rethink my storage. But this'll do for now. Another 5. Perfect. We'll just build those. Alright. We need herbs for disease. And that means that we're going to need somebody to go out to the berry area. It is February now, so it's almost the end of the first year. Our approval is coming up. We're at 48%. The tannery is done. How are we doing on timber? We're okay. The bandit camp was sighted. It's probably miles away. Yeah, I mean, this is our area over here. In case I didn't point it out properly, this is the area that we need to dominate. These yellow areas are where the Baron has claimed his land. And then we can have a look at other land, like there's a rich berry deposit in this area with a rich animal deposit right next to it. In this area, there's a rich iron deposit. In this area, rich stone deposit. So, yeah, we can plan it because we can trade between our little areas as we get there. But yeah, that bandit camp is way over here. Not a concern. Right, winter is ending. We have 2 months worth of food, which is very, very bad. And we're down to the wild animals that I'm going to have to keep an eye on this because we don't have any. We do have some money though. So what I will do, I don't really want to do it. Every time you select one of these, it increases the amount to open another slot. So I don't really want to do that. What I'll do rather, we'll put in a forager hut. We're going to keep that, we'll put it in about the same place over here. And we're going to assign someone to that as soon as it's built very, very high. And after that, we're not going to really build a heck of a lot. I'm kind of living on the edge here. Yeah, we're not going to be building a lot, and we're almost above 50%, so we should start getting extra people in, but we're going to need someone to go out and forage for us. So let's speed things up and get that built. All right, good. We got some food in. That was tight. And it's going up, so we're okay now. But we're going to get the forager going anyway, so we can send someone out there. So the forager hut is almost done. I am going to... Yep, there we go. I'm going to need to collect some more timber. Actually, no, I'm all right for now, so... Let me pop someone in there, and I'm going to get the upgrade for a herb garden. And now we have no one doing construction at the moment because they all assigned. But we will have people planting vegetables. We already have some vegetables we already have some vegetables planted. Cool. They will do their thing. Good stuff. And what I may do with my money, once we get some more people in, we're over 50% now, approval. So awesome. We have 4 months worth of food. It's going up. Fantastic. We survived the first year. That is really good. And we will soon be getting our first new person in. They have a house. These houses are kind of paused at the moment because I have everyone assigned. So whoever comes in now will finish the construction of the houses to make place for new people. Approval dropped again. That was not nice. What don't we need people working on? I think we have enough fuel for a while, so I'm going to take that person off. I'm going to put them in the tannery. That will then satisfy people's needs. And I'll maybe finally get an extra settler. Right, we have started collecting vegetables now. We have 15 in stock at the burger spot. Fantastic. So that will give them a second food source, which should make them happy again. I need to get to 51%. But the clothing, the addition of clothing will also help. But that is where we are for the end of the first year. And these guys keep stealing my meat. I have not tried the combat part of this at all. We will be learning that together. And probably not in the next episode. We're going to keep building our town up, making sure that we have lots of money, resources, and that our people are happy, and we're getting new people moving in, and we can assign more jobs to more people so we don't have to move people around so much anymore. But I think that's where we're going to leave this episode. If you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Leave me your comments. Let me know if you like the format that I'm doing this game in. Like I said, this is a game that I have basically zero experience in, so we're kind of learning it together. I did play a couple of hours before I started this just to get an idea of the mechanic. I think I've got it somewhat, but lack a bit of experience. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, cheers!